What's up, Nerfagenta here. Thought I'd go over the patch notes. This is a pretty big patch. Got a lot of new content, which is pretty awesome. First thing to mention, though, is that the patch has been delayed. It was supposed to start on the 29th at 8 o'clock, or 6 o'clock, sorry, UTC, but now it's going to start on the 30th sometime. It's been undecided still, so we don't know when the patch is actually coming or when the maintenance is coming, which is unfortunate, but oh well. So let's get into the actual content. First, we have Iris. Everybody been waiting for this. And honestly, I already went over this, and it's a little bit, I don't know how I feel about it. So, first, she has Summer's Blessing, just like everybody else said. But she has her own special passive, Wet Fog. Wet Fog removes all barriers the enemy has when the enemy uses barrier once per round. When the enemy barrier is removed by the effect of Wet Fog, the defense of all enemies is decreased by 20% of own maximum HP for 9 turns. So, if this works on Dragon Knights, right? If this works on Dragon Blood, then this is broken, right? This is a complete counter to Dragon Knights if this works on Dragon Blood. Like, it makes them, I wouldn't say makes them irrelevant, but it counters them completely. Right? Like, insane. So we'll have to wait and see. So if it does work on Dragon Knights, it means that she is a absolute must pull PvP wise. She's a complete game changer. The meta just got reset, kind of thing. However, if it doesn't work on them, because the thing is, the Dragon Knight barriers can't actually be removed by other effects in the game that can remove beneficial effects and stuff like that. Which is why I'm not sure if this will work on them or not. And if this doesn't work on them, then I would say that honestly, she's kind of meh. Because the only other people that put up barrier are Iris without this fake war, usually Iris with their skill 1, Chatty. Let's see, Rudley, if he has command, if you have Garf with him, then they put up bears, but one, they aren't really that meta, PvP wise. Maybe you'll see a Rudley and a Garf, right, together, but that just means people will stop using that combo if people start using Iris. That's it. So if it doesn't work on Dragon Knights, then it's really kind of meh. Because PvP wise, you don't see barriers that often aside from the Dragon Knights, and then PvE wise, how often do you ever tell yourself, man, if only I could remove this barrier, then I'd be good? Never, right? I think the only time I ever wanted to remove a barrier was in Yupir's Labyrinth once, but most likely that boss was immune to having his barrier removed anyway, so it's completely useless. So basically, if it works against Dragon Knights, insane. If it doesn't, really weak. But if it does work against Dragon Knights, not only does it remove the barriers, but then decreases defense by 20% of HP. That's absolutely insane, right? Because, like, think of base stats. 1,000 defense would be really high. 1,000 defense would be really high, but 4,000 HP is normal. I'm pretty sure, actually, Iris has somewhere around, like, 4,000 HP-ish or something like that. So, basically, HP, the base HP is so much higher than base defense, so decreasing defense by the value of HP is insane. It's absolutely insane. It'll wreck people's defenses. Anyway, that's it for the passive. Now we're going to go with the skill 1. The skill 1 removes all status effects from allies, basically an AoE cleanse, and then grants 2 mana to everybody. I can't tell you how I really feel about this. PvE wise, honestly, I think she'll be really good for Dragon. Right? Because she means she can remove all of the, like the silence. I forget what the Dragon does. He silences and does something else to you. And she can remove all that and then give your whole team 2 mana so they can keep using abilities. That's good for Dragon. Otherwise, not too much use, except for just giving 2 mana, but giving 2 mana to your entire team for entire skill, but that's it. I can't say how I feel about that. It's probably actually really good, if I'm being honest. I was really hoping that she would just get a stronger barrier, though. If I'm being honest, I was hoping she'd have go from like I think it's 11% her barrier to 20% of her max HP or something like that. Just give a thick barrier. That would have made her insane for Dragon. But oh well, the skill's not too bad. It only costs 1 mana, so 1 mana to give your entire team 2 mana is nice, right? And then next we have her skill 2, which is the same as before, just does damage, except for it goes from, I think it's 350% to 525% damage to one enemy. That's pretty nice. And it only costs 3 mana. Not bad at all. So basically, she's just almost like a mana producing machine when you put her on a team, right? And then if her passive works against Dragon Knights, then she's just a straight up counter to them. Someone's gonna have to test that out. I don't want to be the one to do it because honestly, if she doesn't work against Dragon Knights, I'm not sure if I really want to pull her that much. I really don't. I don't think. Anyway, moving on. Exclusive weapons added for Iris Scarlet Dagus. Not a big deal in my opinion. You're never gonna get them anyway. I'm just kidding. Some people might get them, right? If you get lucky, you'll get them. We're just gonna move down. So, Path of Trials is open, right? All of this stuff that's in this patch notes that they mentioned in the patch notes the other day, right, where they're kind of going over what's going to be happening for the next 2 months, basically. Anyway, Path of Trials open. New story-based content. Basically, this is the one where you just fight past bosses that we fought in the story already. There's 5 chapters, one for each country. If you look over here, basically we get the 700 Zez from the star, the star ratings, just like before. But you also get special rewards. Sorry, went too far. So, obtainable list of rewards, we've got 5 to 6 star. Everything's 5 to 6 star, which is awesome, right? 5 to 6 star experience scrolls, abrasives, spirits. You can get a Holy Water of the Universe. One note, though, for Holy Water in the Universe. Like, Holy Water in the Universe, right? At first, we were really craving. Like, we really wanted Holy Water in the Universe, right? So rare. We want a 6-star heroes. However, the value of Holy Water in the Universe does depreciate over time. Right, like after you get your full team, your main team, all 6-starred, basically the Holy Water of the Universe kind of halves the value of it. And then once you 6-star a few more heroes, it goes down, and then a few more heroes, it goes down. So really, Holy Water of the Universe, I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, it's not bad. We still want 6-star heroes, but it's just not as much as it was before, right, in terms of value. Anyway, moving on. Mystic Meteorites. Those are for upgrading armor or gear of some sort, if I'm not mistaken. You can get those from the shop, though. It's kind of probably the worst reward in there. Then there's gold, and then there's legendary to faded weapons. And exclusive weapon craft tickets. That's pretty awesome. It says, as a final stage, clear reward of Path of Trials Chapter 3 and Chapter 5. The exclusive weapon craft ticket will be sent to your mailbox. That's pretty sweet. Unlike previous story content, you can check the info of the next stage in advance. I'm sure this is going to be kind of like Yupir's Labyrinth in that they're going to be really hard boss fights and you're going to need specific strategies to beat them. Most likely. I'm just assuming. Anyway, the star mileages will be given accordingly, and then you'll get your Zez, right? Just like the story mode. But over here, this is something new. Unlike the previous story content, the combat power penalty will be applied in 4 levels. Easy, normal, very hard, and extreme. And I'm assuming, depending on which one you choose, the rewards will go up, right? So if you go extreme, you'll have the best rewards. But you go easy, lowest rewards. Right. So that's it for that. Really looking forward to this. It should be fun, and it seems like there's going to be some insane rewards. But next we have Yupir's Labyrinth. It's back. It's back, boys. We've been waiting for... How long has it been? Like over a month now. But finally, it's back. And it's different than before. Way different than before. Anyway, if you'll see over here, I'm just going to go over what it says down below. So there's each one of these, I don't know, what do you want to call it? It says path for like 3 of them. So we're just going to each one of these paths, right? And once you clear all the paths, or once you clear all the dungeons for each path, then you get the final reward that you see there. However, you will get Zez for clearing each specific dungeon as well. So don't worry about it. There's still Zez. Question is it as much Zez as it was before? I'm gonna guess no. Honestly, since they're giving us these rewards, right? As the final rewards, we got Mew, we've got a 6-star Spirit, Holy Water of the Universe. I'm sure those rewards that we're getting, they're gonna take that value out of the Zez that we get. Unfortunately, most likely. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But all right, so let's get into it. I'll just read it. So each theme has 5 lower labyrinth dungeons, and you get to obtain Zez by clearing the lower labyrinth. You'll be able to claim the final reward once you clear all the dungeons in each group. The rewards differ according to the difficulty of the dungeon, and you need 20 levy stones to enter the dungeon. You may clear one dungeon. You may clear only one dungeon a day. So you can only enter once a day, and you can only clear one dungeon a day. And you won't be able to re-enter once you clear the dungeon. Okay. So basically, they just want to make it monthly. I don't really like how they force this force the pace of the content onto us. It's kind of like Exos Pass, right? The way they did it is if you don't pay for levels, and if you don't pay for the extra, or even if you do pay for the extra for the premium pass and you get the extra quest per day for extra experience, it limits you, right? Basically, it takes the entire month to get it done. Whereas most games, when it comes to passes, you can get it done in a few days just by spamming content. And when it comes to Yupir's Labyrinth, right? When it comes to some sort of tower or some sort of abyss that you have to climb, and there's a whole bunch of levels, you can do it at your own pace, right? But it seems Exos Heroes wants to force us into taking the entire month to clear their monthly content. I don't particularly like it. I don't know why you want to micromanage the way your players play that way, but oh well. Anyway, in the labyrinth, the formation penalties are removed, and there are no conditions to enter the dungeon. That's pretty cool. So basically, you can use whoever you want. Yupir's Labyrinth will be initialized every month as before. Yupir's Labyrinth can be played after the update. The content is initialized on the first day of each month. It will be initialized at 5. I'm guessing that's Korean time, KST. I don't know what that is. On August 1st. Okay, so they're inputting the information or the data into the game, but we cannot actually play it until the first. Was that like a day away? So it's not really that big a deal. Next, we have the hero element enhancement update. I've been waiting for this, right? I hadn't had any of my stone set, right? I don't have, everybody's just on random stones, what they got. I didn't reroll at all. I was waiting for this to come out because it seems like it might be kind of broken. And it seems like it is just like we imagined it would be when we saw the previous patch notes. And that is, you use Mew, you use the dragon reward, I forget, 5-colored stone or something like that, and these hero tokens to increase or enhance the element of your hero, which means it can break more stones per attack. So it says, with hero element enhancement, you can enhance your hero's basic element, granting the ability to destroy an enemy's multiple guardian stone on a single attack. Element enhancement requires level 90, and you can enhance the element up to the hero's transcend value. So on and so forth. The success rate for each element enhancement differs according to the enhanced level. Each time you fail, you get a bonus rate. It's just like enhancing heroes, basically. note that there will be no bonus on status, right? All it does is it makes so you can break more stones per attack. It doesn't give you any extra stats. And it says the amount of materials consumed will remain the same regardless of the enhancement level. Okay, that's cool. Save on materials that way. And this is where you can find the enhancement level for your heroes. Man. So, PvP wise, this is going to be a huge change in my opinion. But another thing to mention is for Dragon. This will be huge for Dragon, right? Being able to break, if you have it fully maxed, being able to break all the Dragon stones with one attack. This is a huge buff for us, or a huge nerf for the Dragon. And you'll see later on in the patch notes that we're getting the last phase of the Dragon. So this is pretty needed, I would say, in order to try and beat Dragon. Alright, so next we have Choice Forge update. It says periods the 31st to the 2nd. So I'm guessing that it's a limited thing. It's not a permanent thing. I don't know, because it says period, but I think making it permanent would be totally fine. Anyway, Choice Forge has been added. From Choice Forge, you can craft equipment selecting its attack type and part. So basically, you can select what type you want, which is great. However, it does cost Zez. You can select the attack type and the part that you'd like to craft, and you'll always obtain the equipment that corresponds to the options you've chosen. Note that it can only be used for armor, not for weapons. Each craft will cost you 700 Zez, excluding the first craft, which will be discounted to 200 Zez. So I think everybody on every account has that one piece of gear that's just eluding them, right? Like for me, it's chests. Whether it's physical or magical, I've only gotten one chest. I have two chests. One was the reward that we get when you clear the story, and then the other one I crafted. That's it. Just one chest. I need a whole bunch of chests. I'm sure everybody has that, right? Everybody has that one piece. So this is your chance to get that one piece. However, 700 Zez is steep, right? Because it's like maybe you just can't seem to get that accessory, or you can't seem to get that chest piece, whatever it is, but you'll get it eventually, right? It's just a matter of time. 700 Zez is steep. However, the first one for 200 Zez, I would say that's definitely worth it if you're really aching, right? Like your Bathory just needs one more, right? Your Bathory or your Rara, whoever it is, just needs one more faded piece to be completely faded out, and you just can't seem to get it from Door of Creation. 200 Zez isn't that bad. I'll probably do the 200 Zez one to get a chest piece. But aside from that, I would say pass on this. Leave it to the whales. Although I feel like whales don't even need this. Whales probably already have all the gear in the world that they need. I don't know. Anyway, once you fill up your mileage, you can receive a craft ticket with the options you've chosen before. Alright, so that's that. 200 Zez, definitely, I would say that's worth considering. It's not definitely must do, but it's worth considering. 700 Zez, that's way too steep. Screw that, man. We already have enough stuff that we have to spend our Zez on. Anyway, Holy Dragon Grounds update. New phase is added. Sweet. Bone Dragon has increased hit in the new phase. Make sure Rara can't do crap when it comes to Dragon. Anyway, additionally, Bone Dragon skill is applied to down below. Man, I hate the translation. Anyway, Dragon Strike delivers a powerful blow to one enemy, cancels all buffs cast on targets. Whoa. Again, will that work on the on Dragon Blood shield or not? We don't know, because Dragon Blood can't be cleansed by normal means so far. But if it does, then that'll mess you up. But also, Dragon Roar in Phase 2 damages all enemies with a powerful roar and silences them for a certain amount of time by suppressing their mana. Why does it say a certain amount of time? Does that mean... Because before, I'm pretty sure it said a certain amount of turns. Does that mean that it's random? Like, it's not always the same amount of turns, or what? Why is it so ambiguous? I don't know. Anyway, phase 3 damages all enemies with a directly aimed roar. Directly aimed wasn't said before, but it doesn't say what directly aimed means. Like, does that mean it does more damage than before? Anyway, silences enemy for a long time by suppressing their mana. And then phase 4 damages all enemies with a ruthless roar and stuns them for a certain amount of time. This doesn't actually mean anything, right? So it says a certain amount of time in phase 2, and then it goes for a long time in phase 3, and then it goes back to a certain amount of time in phase 4. That's very ambiguous, doesn't actually tell us anything. And then the other, like, wordplay, it's like it doesn't say anything, right? A powerful roar versus a ruthless roar and a directly aimed roar. Like, that's very descriptive and all, but what does that mean, you know? Anyway, moving on. Raging Breath spews out a dragon's breath that can't be blocked on all enemies. And the phase changes. I'm guessing that means it can't be blocked by any enemies, so none of your team can block it. Teams with a head dragon knight or a dragon hunter have a certain amount of resistance against dragon's breath. Dragon's breath will keep getting stronger. At the beginning of phase 4, releases a breath that removes all marks on self and all targets. Oh, I think this will work on Dragon Knights. I'm pretty sure Dragon Blood counts as a mark. So I think this will remove all marks that you've built up when it comes to Dragon Blood shields. Again, don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that they are marks. I'm pretty sure that they will get removed. So that's a big thing. That's huge. Anyway, Dragon Skill of Order. Phase 2 activates Dragon Skill of Order and weakens the damage of all heroes other than Dragon Knights. So, actually, I'll just say that at the end. Anyway, activates Dragon Scale of Immortality and nullifies marks and other elemental damage. What? Nullifies marks and elemental damage. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Like, because technically all damage is elemental damage, right? I don't know. Anyway, Dragon's Dignity decreases health of heroes that are of a different element. This effect grows stronger with each phase. So, using heroes of a different element rather than dragon, just got a huge. I'm gonna say huge, but got even more of a penalty, which is pretty big. That's a pretty big thing. Especially since there are a lot of heroes when it comes to Dragon that are just a must. Like, you use Bathory regardless of the day, right? You use Garf if you have Garf regardless of the day, along with Rudley, or FC Rudley, regardless of the day. A lot of people use Chatty regardless of the day. So it means they're going to be getting a penalty. It's like they had a penalty before, but then I'm pretty sure they removed it in the last patch, but now they're adding a new penalty. Anyway, Dragon Fang. Phase 3 increases attack every round, and then uses the Enhanced Dragon Fang skill each round. Jesus. Every round drastically increases attack. Drastically. That sounds insane. So, it looks like Dragon's getting harder. But they are giving us more ways to deal with Dragon. Like I said, the enhancing your heroes, or the enhancing the element so you can break more stones per attack. That's a huge thing for Dragon. But yeah, I would say PV for the enhancing the element, that's going to be huge for Dragon. So I'm thinking leveling up your Dragon Hunter heroes and stuff like that is going to be huge. Level them up, get them level 90, and make sure that they can break, multiple stones. Because Dragon Hunter heroes, they're all, legendary, right? I forget their names. Brooke. I know Brooke's one of them. Deva's one of them. Although Deva is rare, man. I only got one Deva so far. I'm sure a lot of people don't even have Deva, even though they gave us the fake core. But like Brooke and that black chick who's got the eye fold, like she's badass. Um, Getting them to level 90 just so you can enhance their whatever it's called, enhance their element might be a thing, might be a big thing for Dragon. Anyway, moving on. A gift from the Great One update. So this, I'm not going to read this. I'm just going to go over it. It just says that basically, if anybody who has like those pets from the embodiment of avarice, if you meet them somewhere in town, you can get a reward from them. You can get a gift from them, either exodium, gold, levy stones, or solar stones, or circles, or solar seals, or circles. Sorry. Then we got voice actor update. I'm not going to go over that. Fusion ability lock information update. So basically, if you got the highest level of a stat for fusion, say you got the highest speed you can get from fusion is 3, you got 3, you can now lock that and then fuse again to try and get better stats for the rest of your stats, but you won't lose that 3 speed. Alright, basically that's what that says. Skill changes. Passive of the Son of the Southland. I've never heard of that. I don't know what that is. But basically just says that they're going to change Icy Shower or Ice Shower to a new name. Flap, Flap, Flop, Flop. I don't know why they're doing this. It's just fine the way it was. But, so Icy Shower is going to be Flap, Flap, Flop, Flop. And instead of like giving them Frigid Bolt, it polymorphs them. But it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing, just the name's changed and now it polymorphs. I'm sure into like a cute little duck or something like that. But that's it. They're just changing the name and I guess some visual elements of it, but it's still the same thing. Anyway, so we got passive of Dragonite Blessing and Dragon Hunter Blessing. So enhanced Dragon Fang effect used by each element dragon. Enhanced Dragon Fang effect used by each element dragon by 20% is added for the passive of Dragonite Blessing and Dragon Hunter Blessing. For example, if the hero who has Dragon Blessing passive is Darkness element, decreases the enhanced Dragon Fang effect used by the Darkness element dragon by 20%. This was a skill that we just went over. A new skill that we went over. I already forgot what it does, but basically they're making Dragonite Blessing and Dragon Hunter's Blessing, those two passives, they're making them even more relevant for Dragon. So I feel like Dragon's going to change quite a bit. I could be wrong. Honestly, when it comes to Dragon, I'm not really I'm not a go-to source when it comes to Dragon. I'm still struggling with Dragon, unfortunately. But I feel like they changed Dragon quite a bit and made it quite a bit harder and made it so it's driving you more to use specific units. Like, you're going to have this team for Dragon, and you're going to want to use as many of the specific element for that specific day as possible. Like, right now, like I said, I don't think it's going to change, but, Bathory, Chatty, Rudley, and Garf are used, like, all the time, right? And I see a lot of people using Illum every single day too, regardless of the element, because Limb can break, 3 stones of any element. And I think there's a few others. Kaya, honestly, is used a lot of the time, regardless of the day. There's maybe FC Annie also. So I feel like, but they're trying to force you to have specific teams for Dragon and have a specific team for each day. Of course, I think Bathory, Garf, and Rudley, especially FC Rudley, if you have that holy trinity for Dragon, you're going to be using those regardless. But other than that, you're going to want to use as many heroes of the same element, of the element of the day, as possible. Also, you're going to want to be using as much of these Dragon Blessings or Dragon Hunter Blessing heroes as possible. Alright, then we got a tutorial guide for Yupir's Labyrinth. I don't really think we care. A tutorial guide for stuff which they're never good at anyway. Hero Battle Update. Hero Battle is going to be April, the next one. So if you don't have April, you get April. Woohoo! And then we got a new world event. I'm guessing it's just like all the other ones, right? You collect this, what is it called again? Bear electric fan, and then you can do hero summons with it. That's it. We also got a new Exos Pass, though. Woohoo! I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's cool that they gave a new Exos Heroes, a new pass so soon. But honestly, I mean, the passes are kind of underwhelming, in my opinion, just because they force us to complete it over the course of a month. You know, it's just like rewards kind of slowly trickle in. Doesn't really give you much satisfaction. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's better than nothing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to complain. It's better than nothing. You do get Zez out of it. You do get some, honestly, like the faded equipment, right? That is all the way at the end. That's a month from now. I'll get a faded equipment or like a faded weapon. I forget which one it is. So that doesn't really excite me. More than that, I'm more excited about the Zez that I can get. Honestly, the Zez is the best thing. And also the passes aren't bad either. But yeah, that's that. Attendance book rewards have changed. We'll have to see. Last time they changed it, they took out Zez, but in its place, they give us more Dragon Holy Relics and Star Fates and stuff like that, which I was totally fine with. But we'll see what they did this time. Then the next is just bug fixes, I think, from now on. Yeah. So next is bug fixes. So that's it. That was a huge update. That was a lot of content. This is a really long video. I'm probably gonna put timestamps. But yeah, Dragon getting a huge change. I would say Dragon getting a huge change. We're getting the element enhanced for heroes, which is, we'll see if it's meta breaking or not. Then we've got, what else? We got the new story, well, the new, I would say boss mode where you fight heroes that, or fight bosses that you fought in the story. That's nice. Yupir's Labyrinth, I don't know if I just mentioned that. And then Iris. We'll have to see on Iris. Dude, I don't think I'm going to be pulling off the bat because, again, if she works on Dragon Knights, she'll be insane. But like I said, Dragon Knights, so far, their shield can't be removed via anything that can remove beneficial effects right now. It's more like, because I think, pretty sure the way it's worded is they get a shield based on the amount of marks that they have, right? Or the amount of marks that the enemy team has. Which is why Dragon says specifically that it will remove marks from itself and from the enemies, meaning that'll work on Dragon Knights, I believe. However, I'm not sure if Iris will work on them or not. If she does, insane. If she doesn't, kind of meh. I mean, she still gives your whole team 2 mana, which is nice. But aside from that, kind of meh. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Please like, comment, subscribe. Emphasis on subscribe. See you next time. Peace.